we come here to this earth as spirit into the matter of our body. And when we come here pure, right? We come from unconditional love. We come into this form, and it is only after that, after we are born, that we are born into our family of origin, and then we start collecting all of the extra stuff, right? The judgments, the fears, the anxieties, the different perspectives, all the programming that we receive from our family of origin. And then in addition, society and culture and religion and all that stuff that we collect that then creates for us our judgments and our fears and our anxieties and all that extra stuff, right? And all of those judgments and fears and anxieties create for then us things like our habits. Whether we tend towards anxiety or tend towards depression. It creates then the way that we cope with things, our coping mechanisms, right? And so it would stand then to reason that if we could go back and actually examine our programming and examine those things that we have collected over our lifetime that has created our behaviors and habits and coping mechanisms and thoughts and all of that stuff, that if we could go back to the original programming and start looking at all of that which we've collected, we could start picking through them. Just like when you go through your closets or you start purging your bedroom, you clean your house, spring cleaning, right? Go back to all of those initial, all those beliefs that you were programmed with, all the judgments that you were programmed with, all the things that you learned to be afraid of that maybe really even aren't scary, but your mom taught you they were scary, or your dad taught you they were scary because he was scared of them, because his dad was scared of them, or whatever it is. All these things that get passed down from generation to generation to generation. At some point, somebody has to be like, wow, why do we do that? Why do we believe that? Do I actually even believe that? Or was I just taught to believe that? So again, it would stand to reason that if we go back and start looking at the behaviors and the habits and the thoughts and all those things, and then you go back and look at where it was created from, the judgments and the anxieties and the fears and all that stuff that was created from, you can actually go back and go through those and decide which ones are helpful for you. And which ones are actually creating the coping mechanisms that aren't serving you well, or the habits that are really destructive in your life, like procrastination, or, you name it, right? If you could go back and kind of reprogram yourself and look at the beliefs, look at where they came from, look at why they even were in your life, and decide if that's truly what you want to carry on with, or if you would rather have a different experience in this life. That you could actually have a different experience in this life. You are actually 100% free to throw out any old, outdated beliefs and judgments and fears and anxieties. And you can then decide what you want instead. What would you like to believe instead? Do you want to keep judging people and judging yourself? Or could you actually just work on not doing that and allowing yourself more freedom to be your authentic self? Different beliefs allow different behaviors. And again, you are 100% free to choose for yourself what you want for your life, because that in turn helps you create the life that you want, or the reality that you want, not just the reality that you were fed by your parents or your society or your culture or your religion or whatever it is that you were programmed off of, right? So if this sounds like work that you want to do, if it sounds interesting to you, if it sounds like something you've already started doing, but you're like me and, if you don't have somewhere to show up and some accountability and some structure and somebody sort of leading you through it, you don't actually really do it that much because there's, 100 other things to do. If that sounds like work that you want to do, that is intuitive development. That's what we do. I'm starting, among a lot of other things too, I'm starting my next 6-month container for that in August. And I'd love to have you in it. It's a lot of fun.